Good morning students. Today we discuss about concept and scope of economics. Concept and scope of economics. Okay, traditionally subject matters of economics divided into 5 categories: production, consumption, distribution, exchange and public finance. Traditionally, subject matters economics divided into 5 categories: production, consumption, distribution, exchange, final one, public finance. Production, consumption, distribution and public exchange, then public finance. Okay, first we discuss about production. Production means conversion of inputs into output. Every producer with the help of land, labor, capital, organizer. Land, labor, capital and organizer. These are the 4 productive factors or factors of production. With the help of land, labor, capital, organizer, producer produces the variable goods and services for society. Variable goods and services for economy. So, this is the production activity. These 4 productive factors converting into the goods and services. Inputs here, with the help of inputs, organizer producing output. Output means production, goods and services. Then we discuss about consumption. Consumption means in our daily life we need different type of goods and services. Service, with the help of different type of goods and services, we are satisfying our needs and wants. So, this is the consumption. Every person is consumer. Next, distribution. Distribution means to distribute the income. To distribute the income. Here, listen carefully. In production activity, organizer consuming the service of land, labor, capital, organization. For this service, every organizer should pay the remunerations. Land for rent. Land for rent. Labor for wages. Capital for interest. Finally, profit or loss goes to organizer. This is the income distribution among 4 productive factors are known as distribution. To distribute the total income among 4 productive factors: land for rent, labor for wages, capital for interest, organizer profit or loss. This is the distribution in the economy. Next, exchange means to exchange the one for another. Then public finance. Public finance means the total income and expenditure of the government is known as public finance. Okay, what is the income? How many source the government obtaining income, and this obtained income, and what is the expenditure of the government, and how the government reduction of public debt. This total system explains us public finance, from the public finance. These are the 5 major subject matters involved in concept of economics. Then we discussed about the scope of economics. Scope of economics. Scope. Okay. Ragnar fish. Ragnar fish of Oslo University basis on the important and scope of the economics is divided into economics 2 categories: microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro, which means small. This term taken from the Greek language of micros, and macros, which means large. These terms taken from Greek language of macros, which means large. Micro means small. Okay. Ragnar fish divided economics into 2 categories: microeconomics, macroeconomics. Both these terms taken from the Greek language. Microeconomics, this word from Greek language micros, which means small. Macroeconomics, this word also taken from Greek language, and which means large. Micros. Okay, right. Next, we discuss about main concept of microeconomics. Microeconomics is the branch of economics, one of the branch of economics only, and it studies the economic and actions and behavior of the individuals only. Economic actions and behavior of the individual only. Microeconomics always discuss with individual, only single part of the economy. Single part of the economy. Microeconomics is the one of the branch of economics, and microeconomics also known as price theory. Price theory. Microeconomics also known as price theory. Next, K.E. Boulding. According to K.E. Boulding, a given definition about microeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of particular firms, particular households, individual price, income, wages, individual industries and individual income of the economy only. KE Boulding says about microeconomics. Microeconomics is study of particular fields, particular industries and individual price, income, wages. Individual industries and income. Only individual aspect and individual things describes the here microeconomics. And then Champino, another economist, also given one definition about microeconomics. Champino, another economist, given another definition about microeconomics. Microeconomics has got relation with small segment of the society only. Microeconomics is describes us only small segment of the economy only and has got a relation with a small segment of the society only. Okay, these are the different definitions about microeconomics. And Professor Marshall highly developed microeconomics concept. Then we discuss about macroeconomics. Okay, macro, which means large. Macro, which means large. This word taken from Greek language, from micros. Okay. Macroeconomics, also known as the employment, income and employment theory. Income and macroeconomics, also known as income and employment theory. Income and employment theory. Okay, it studies like national income, total consumption, total savings, total national output of the economy. It also studies national income, total output, total income and total consumption of the economy. Okay, according to KE Boulding, the macroeconomics study of national income, not individual income, and the general price level instead of individual price level, national output instead of individual output. KE Boulding says about macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is the study of total national output instead of individual output, general price level instead of individual price level, national output instead of individual income. So this is the macroeconomics. And macroeconomics, also known as the income employment theory. Income and employment theory. Okay. Next we discuss about the three major factors covered by microeconomics. The scope of microeconomics we clearly discuss about scope of microeconomics. microeconomics. Okay, first product pricing, factor pricing and theory of economic welfare. Product pricing, factor pricing, theory of economic welfare. Okay, the three major aspects are involved in microeconomics: product pricing, factor pricing and economic welfare. And these product pricing again divided two categories: theory of demand, theory of production and cost. Theory of demand, theory of production and cost. Okay, let me discuss about these factors. First one, product pricing. To determine the price for different produced goods and services. Factor pricing. Factors means land, labor, capital and organizer is the productive factors. To fix the remuneration for that productive factors in the form of rent, wages, interest, profit or loss is the factor pricing. And in product pricing, theory of demand. You know what is the meaning of demand? Billing ability and purchasing power of the consumer is known as demand. And basis on the price level, demand also depends. Okay, next, theory of production and cost. How to determine the price for produced goods and services. This is the product pricing. To fix the price for different produced variable goods and services as well as factors of production in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit. Theory of production and to determine the remuneration for four productive factors, that is the factor pricing. Next, theory of economic welfare. Theory of economic welfare means microeconomics studies about well-being of the society. Well-being of the society. This is the scope of microeconomics. Let's we discuss about scope of macroeconomics. Scope of okay, scope of macroeconomics. J.M. Keynes mostly popularized the macroeconomics term. So, macroeconomics is the study of economy as whole. Total economic and total society aspects we learn about macroeconomics. And J.M. Keynes published a famous book, General Theory of Employment, Income and Interest. J.M. Keynes published a famous book, General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. When this book was published by J.M. Keynes, and macroeconomics gained more importance, and macroeconomics is the one of the main aspect. So let me discuss about macroeconomics scope. What are the main aspects involved in macroeconomics? Theory of employment, income, distribution. Theory of income, employment and distribution. Theory of income, employment and distribution. Next, theory of price level and inflation. Theory of price level and inflation. Next, third one is the theory of economic growth. Okay, first one, theory of income, employment and distribution. And second one, theory of price level and inflation. And third one is the theory of economic growth. Theory of economic growth. Then theory of income, employment, distribution divided into two categories. Theory of consumption, theory of investment. Theory of consumption, theory of investment, then investment, theory of business cycle. In investment, the theory of business cycles involved. Okay, so this is the total scope of macroeconomics. Total scope of macroeconomics. Theory of income, employment and distribution. Macroeconomics studies about total income of the nation, total employment of the nation, and the how to distributing income among four productive factors. The total national income, how to distribute in society. All these aspects we know from the study of macroeconomics. Next, theory of price level and inflation. Theory of price level, how to determine the price of different films. Total economy, price levels, systems, general price level. And economic fluctuations. Economic fluctuations of the economy. All these things we know from the study of macroeconomics. And then theory of economic growth. And what is the output of the economy? We know from the study of economics. And next, national income, total output, total employment, economic growth, economic development, and eradication of poverty, income and employment, total employment theories we know from the study of macroeconomics. Here economics, macroeconomics describes us finally economy as whole, total dimensional aspects of the economy we know from the study of macroeconomics. So this is the macroeconomics. Okay, today class completed, dear students, and in next class we discussed about difference between the microeconomics and macroeconomics. Thank you.